This Isaiah.
It's Tony Drake.
We back again.
Yes, we are.
What are we talking about today, Tony?
Well, we're going to talk about the VK Boost because, a lot of people, they kind of confuse the two. They say, well, is the VK Platinum, the VK Boost, is the VK Boost, the VK Platinum? What's the difference?
Yeah.
Well, again, as we said before, the VK Platinum actually cleanses the body, It's a cleanser. It goes in and it shakes everything up so that those cells can get to work because for the most part, they've been laying dormant. And this combination of ingredients we use, we wake them all up. Everything wakes up. Now, with the Boost, what the Boost does, and now listen to this, we have 127, but soon to be 147 ingredients in the VK Boost. In short, here's what we understood. When you go into nature, and let's say it's like full spring, like let's say next month, this is like April the 1st, right?
Yeah, today's April 1st.
So let's look at like the 20th of April. The weather should be a lot warmer by that time, right?
Hopefully. Come on now.
So you'll see certain flowers and so forth growing. And typically, if you go into an area that's undisturbed, you'll usually see clover, wild strawberry, Japanese honeysuckle, wild berries, and a number of other plants. This is how nature works. If they're growing together, they can be ate together. You see my point?
Yeah.
You take all of that for your medicine. You don't just take the clover or just take the honeysuckle. No, you take all of it. Everything that's growing together that's edible, you take it and that's how you make your medicine.
That makes sense too because it's growing at the same time.
It's growing at the same time together. And the irony of it is, since we're so disconnected from nature, we don't know anything. How are you going to go in the summer and the spring and starve to death when there's food everywhere? You know the pine tree with the little pine pollen? The little pine cones on it and all the pollen. Look, pine pollen is good for men. If you take pine pollen, not only does it strengthen you, it increases testosterone and it increases prostate health. Just the pine pollen.
Pine pollen.
Now, pine pollen is different. There's 3 types of trees. There's the fir, the pine, and there's one other, the cedar. So you have these 3 types, and they're from the Yule family of trees. Pines are basically edible. And that's the long needle kind of like leaves, but they're like long needles. Yeah. That's considered a pine. The other ones are not pines.
Well, see me, I just be transparent. I haven't just walked out in nature and looked at these things.
I know. But see, now you can do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So they have long needles, and just about all pines with the long needles are edible. I'm going to turn you on to something. Check this out. So that pine needle, you take it and you dry it. You turn it into a powder, right? That's very good for so many areas. Lymphatic system, for the liver, for the spleen, for the pancreas, for the arteries, for the lungs, for the kidneys. I mean, it's good for everything. Pine needle powder. But I'm simply saying that these items are these plant species are everywhere. They're all around us. The most important thing here is connecting back to nature. So what we did with the VK Boost is we said, look, the African system says rejuvenate. Once you stimulate the body and you got all these cells and they're looking for these, these parasites and whatever's not supposed to be in your body, now you want to feed those cells. How do you want to feed them? What you going to feed them? Right? Because that's your army. You got to feed your army properly if you want them to keep fighting for you. So we're like, okay, so what are we going to add? We took the best. We took guanabana. That's soursop.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, we took cherimoya. We ain't taking no hybrid foods. Nothing artificial. We have noni. We have black seed, Ethiopia. We have, oh my God, so many. We have neem.
And these are just some of the ingredients.
Yeah, of the 127 that we have in it. We have pine nut powder. Pine nuts? Yeah. We have pine nut powder. We have gubinge. Oh my God, we have kakadu. Kakadu is a little fruit that comes from Australia. It's very, how would I put this? It's very powerful when used in the immune system. It's a very strong antioxidant. It is very antimicrobial. We have some of the most exotic ingredients you've ever heard. Most people never heard of some of this stuff.
Yeah.
But we have Nopalus cactus. We've got all of the most dense plant with nutrition that is like unparalleled. Unparalleled. Nowhere can you get this kind of density.
And so, question, why do you have all these ingredients in just one product, like VK Boost? Why do you have all these ingredients? What is the purpose of that? What does that do?
Remember what I just explained to you about nature? All of this growing together?
Yeah.
That's the same premise. All of the plants that I'm talking about, when they grow, they come up at a certain time of the year. You have, some countries have 3 seasons. Some countries have 4 seasons. Some only have 2. And you know, most of West Africa has the rainy season and the dry season. That's it. But when you go further south, they have 3. South Africa has spring, summer, and fall. That's it. But then when you get further west, you have 4. Spring, winter, summer, and fall, right?
Yeah.
So each one of these regions grows certain plants at a certain time of the year. And the thing is, because, and this is very important, because humans all came originally from Africa and now reside in other parts of the world where they have evolved, right? We have to take plants from all of those regions, not just one region, because the product is for everybody.
Okay.
And everybody is basically biracial, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's mixed with something. Is that right? So we take all of the best ingredients from everywhere and we combine it into the most dense nutrition product, bioavailable. You know, that's the key.
I got what you're saying. VK Boost. That's what we're talking about.
VK Boost. And remember, this VK Boost comes in the liquid form and it comes in the oil spray. You really want some power, some energy, you take all 3. You take the Boost liquid, the Boost capsule, and the Boost oil spray. That's going to give you plenty of energy.
Yes, sir.